Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits because, you know, another day above the ground is a win, in my personal opinion. So there's always a reason to be smiling, always a reason to be happy when you are still up here breathing out here in these streets. But we got to get into this conversation. This is very interesting, very wild, insane stuff that's been going on revolving around T-Swizzle. Very interesting. Yeah. Didn't think I'd be saying or talking about Taylor Swift at all on this show, period. But we talking about it because there's some crazy stuff that's been going on. And honestly, I said Swifties beware because I'm being dead serious out here in these streets, y'all. She's had like the longest tour in the history of tours, and we all have to be safe out here. Not only just her concerts, but many concerts, other concerts as well, okay? Let's be real. But let's get into this conversation. Before we do that, though, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'd be greatly appreciated. Please do not forget to hit that follow button on my other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter. By the way, just put up a new video on TikTok and on Instagram, whichever one you prefer to use. It's also on Facebook as well. But anyway, please go over there. Follow me on my respective social media platforms. That would be amazing. I'm starting to put out more content over there as well. Go check it out. I got a question for you guys. You'll see what I mean when you see the actual video. Okay? Of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button here on the main channel. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button over there as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to support the channel, though, hit that join button down below right now as we speak. Become a member of the family. Check out Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. If you want to support the channel even further, check that out. Or you can go check out pascalmerch.com. Okay? The store doors are open. Go check them out. That'd be amazing. All right? Okay, guys, we got to get into some things. And let me tell you this. It just seems like Taylor Swift, all right, is not having a good year. There's been a lot of things that have happened over the past year, okay, within this Eras tour that she's been on, okay? People have lost their lives, so on and so forth. And I'm saying people have lost their lives in the actual concert. Okay, we've had people who also 3 young kids, okay, lost their lives by a vicious attack because they were having this like Taylor Swift themed yoga dance party type thing. And these 3 kids were actually viciously attacked. Okay, and that just happened 8 days ago. Okay. And now we got this new information that there was a plot to do something very, very terrible at a concert or a couple concerts in Vienna at a Taylor Swift concert. Now, apparently they have 2 people arrested, a 19 and 17-year-old, okay, that had a plan on barreling through with their vehicle through a crowd of people and then setting something off that goes boom in their car. This is some crazy stuff, but of course, it's still a developing story, okay? This is still a developing situation. We don't have all the information yet, but the information is slowly but surely trickling out here in these streets. So we got to talk about this and we got to get into it. Because even so, they already have shown one of the photos of one of the guys. And apparently, this man, okay, this monster, all right, I don't know, as they say, it's jihad written all over it. That's what they're saying. Okay, that maybe this man was converted, was finessed, right? Brainwashed, whatever it may be, right? But he had plans to do something very, very, very bad. Not only just him, but another person. But this is one of the photos that they have put out here in these streets right now as we speak. This man and another kid, another teenager, were going to do some really bad things. And the reason why I say Swifties beware, it's an umbrella. This is for all of us. You know, if you want to go to a Drake concert, if you want to go to a Taylor Swift concert, if you go to a Kanye West concert, even though he's not really out here doing anything right now, but you know what I'm saying. When you go to one of your favorite artists' events, please be careful out there. Okay. Things have become a lot more volatile, especially when it's a high number of people in one area. I'm just going to say that. All right. We have to be very, very, very careful. And when you go to a big, very popular, massive star, okay, a massive concert or an artist show like a Taylor Swift concert, there's a lot of bad people that would look at that and go, that is ripe for the picking, to do some bad, to put out terror. Okay? Just saying that out loud. So please be safe out here, guys. Okay? Real talk. You know, concerts are still coming. Concerts are still going. And as you see, things are getting more and more volatile out here in these streets. And I don't know if it's because of what happened on the 13th of July. Let's be real, that was pretty crazy. But I also feel like that can also embolden and entice other people to try to do something bad out here. Okay? Let's not forget as well, we did have a person. We did also have a person. I'm frozen, guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hold on. Okay. There was a man. I didn't know if you guys can hear me. I kind of froze for a second there. But there was a man. Let's not forget this. I want to pull this photo up as well. Okay. There was a man. A man that was arrested. Okay. He was arrested in connection to plots to taking out not only former President Donald J. Trump, but a gang of other people, other public officials, political officials. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that Taylor Swift is on the list, but this man from Pakistan came in and he was out here plotting. He was looking for people that would help exact these unthinkable things. Now, I understand that this situation is happening or happened and was thwarted, okay, out in Vienna, okay, in a completely different country. But at the same time, it still makes you wonder what is really going on in the world right now. And you know for a fact that the world is watching whatever's going on in America. If there's an attempt on Trump's life or any public official's life and it's that close to being successful, I'm just saying other people can get emboldened, right? Can get riled up and saying, okay, if he got that close, that means I could get that close. Just something to think about, okay? Just something to think about. But let's get into some of these articles and all that stuff as well. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like I said, we got some news clips here we're going to look at as well. But like I said, this is mind blowing, and I think it's nuts that of all things, you got somebody who are two people that wanted to go and terrorize a bunch of Swift fans. A bunch of Swifties, right? That's insane. Oh, let me just plow through and do all these unthinkable things. I mean, that's really, really bad. Real talk. That's really, really bad. But let's get into this. All right. The concert is canceled after ISIS plot narrowly foiled by police. This is insane. Okay. 3 Taylor Swift shows have been canceled on the European leg of her Eras tour after police narrowly thwarted a plot, okay, to attack her concerts in Vienna. And authorities warned there could be another. There could be other threats. But that's the thing. What are those other threats, baby? What are those other threats? You can't just tell us, oh, there could be other threats, but then where though? Because if you tell us where, we can, like, avoid, suddenly go, okay, that concert or that event, that massive gathering that we have planned, this festival, this event, so on and so forth, all of them be canceled, and let's move on, right? Let's thwart before we have to thwart. You know what I'm saying? But they say there could be others, but we don't know where. At least that's not what they're telling us. How productive is that for us? Okay? Dag nabbit. Moving on, though. Swift's sold out Vienna shows slated for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday were called off after the terror scare, her Austrian show promoter Barracuda announced, with confirmation from government officials of a planned attack, okay, at this stadium. We have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety. This is what the promoter said on a post on Instagram. In fact, I have the Instagram post right here as well. Right here. So, shows canceled due to government officials' confirmation of planned terrorist attack. With confirmation from government officials of planned attack, okay, we have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety. All tickets will automatically be refunded within the next 10 business days. For more information, you can visit to this website to make sure you got your monies back. But again, Taylor Swift, not having the best year really ever when it comes to her fans. Again, when it comes to her fans. And yes, she was going to be there for 3 whole shows. Okay? 3 whole shows. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, she was going to be doing her song, Shake It Off, over and over and over again, 3 times in a row, for all of those beautiful Austrians showing love and support for her. And I'm sure they were all sold out shows. But think about this for a second. Wouldn't somebody who wants to do something really bad look at that and go, that's a great target? Sorry, but think about that for a second. Think about it. Wouldn't it? Now, obviously, I'm not condoning any of this stuff, but I'm just saying. Think about that for a second. Massive crowds of people in one spot. Bang. It's sad, but I'm surprised that we haven't really. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen something like this before. Clearly these two may not be the biggest fans of her music, hence the reason why they used her as maybe a ground zero for absolute potential terror and mayhem. But at the same time, that's some pretty wild stuff, guys. That's some pretty wild stuff indeed. Let's continue on, though. Let's continue on. 19-year-old suspect living at his parents' home in Turnitz, just south of Vienna, was arrested Wednesday morning during a police raid on the house, law enforcement sources told the Post, the article I'm reading here. A second suspect was apprehended later in the afternoon. Okay, so a boom boom squad, okay, found various chemicals and substances potentially being used to make boom booms, we got to use these code words. I hate it too. All right. And evacuated the home. Now, this is from, of course, what I just read to you guys. All right. The Instagram post that was put up. Okay. The pair were allegedly targeting Swift's concerts at the Vienna, stadium in Vienna, where she was scheduled to perform from Thursday to Saturday, all right, to sold out crowds, all right. The suspects were focused on Taylor Swift concerts. We discovered that he was taking action to prepare for the attack. A clear threat has been averted, he said, adding that authorities had not yet declared the concerts entirely safe and were still investigating other accomplices, according to the Cronin Zeitzberg. Maybe I'm saying that correctly. Maybe I'm not. 19-year-old suspect is an Austrian national and is believed to have pledged allegiance to the Islamic terror group in July, ISIS. He and another suspect are believed to become radicalized online. Let me just say this really quick. Do you see that again? Radicalized online. And the thing is how did they get this guy or these two, right? How did they get these two suspects, but we weren't able to get TMC? Think about that for a second. So they were radicalized online. Ain't that some stuff, man? Ain't that wild? Just reading something or, having some conversations with somebody online, suddenly you're going, yeah, I want to do something for those people that I've never talked to and have no idea who they are, but they believe in their beliefs. That's crazy, guys. Just a few strokes of the QWERTY keyboard, and next thing you know, you become radicalized. That's insane, guys. Okay? Both suspects have been under surveillance by Austrian authorities and were known risks before the arrest. A pair of U.S. officials familiar with the matter said, according to NBC News. Like I said, it's just so wild to me, okay? And this is what they say. Here's everything we know about the attempted attack at the Taylor Swift concert. Like I said, I can't believe I'm having this conversation. Okay, even saying Taylor Swift and a attack, okay, in the same doggone sentence. I've never thought I would ever say anything like that ever in my life. But at the same time, here we are, right? Here we are, indeed. All right. So 17-year-old and a 19-year-old were arrested plotting to attack, okay, at one of her concerts. The would-be monsters planned to drive a boom-boom-filled car into the Eras Tour crowd to unalive as many people as possible. The main suspect, who authorities say fully confessed to the attack plans after his arrest, had recently sworn allegiance to ISIS, okay, to Islamic State's leader online, security officials said. He had reportedly just been hired by the venue to work as security. Unbelievable. Swift's 3 sold-out Eras tours in Vienna have been canceled, which we already know. And of course, Taylor Swift previously said her biggest fear in life was a violent attack at one of her concerts in a resurfaced article penned by the singer in 2019. Now, here's the thing. I'm not surprised that Taylor Swift would ever say something like that, because let's be real. How many times did we talk about massive attacks, massive tragedies that happen at the local watering hole, right? The local supermarket, the local outlet store, right? The local high school. How often do we talk about this? Often. And I say it all the time, but it's a tale as old as time. So of course she's going to sit there and go, I am so scared because it's such a thing where there's massive amounts of people in one area and people lose their lives in a tragic way because some monster wants to take an AR and start pumping rounds into people in public areas. Of course, she's going to sit there and think that. Even in 2019, I'm sure even before in 2019, because she knows that this is something that happens all the time. And maybe in her mind, she's like, it's only a matter of time that they're going to be coming after something like a concert. It may not be it may not be T Swizzle, but it could be Ye. It could be Drake, Megan Thee Stallion. It could be anybody's concert. But it is another big, massive place where everyone can congregate in under one place and someone can do some real damage. So I'm not surprised that she would sit there and go, this is one of my biggest fears. Damn right. Not surprised at all. Let's move on. The 19-year-old had allegedly purchased the chemicals required to create a boom boom, but did not yet have all the necessary components. Okay, so he didn't have everything yet. Interesting. But wasn't her concerts coming up here like now? So that's interesting. Okay. But he could still use the car, if you get what I'm saying. He could still use that doggone car. It's unlikely he would have been able to assemble a boom boom before the concerts this week, officials added, noting they nevertheless decided to make arrests in case the suspects found other means to attack the shows. Security plans have been increased at the concerts. Now, it is not the first time Islamic extremists have targeted a pop concert. In 2017, 22 people were unalived when an extremist, Salman Abedi, detonated a homemade boom boom, at Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester, England. I don't even remember this. That's interesting. More than 200 people were injured, and nearly 1,000 reported suffering severe psychological trauma in the fallout. That's insane. I didn't know that part. So Ariana Grande had a concert in 2017. This dude detonated a boom boom, injured 200 people. And of course, like I always say, it's like a ripple, right? It's like throwing a pebble in a pond. It's a ripple. It goes out and it affects everybody. 1,000 other people reported psychological trauma because of that. Insane, right? Absolutely insane. Of course, the monster was unalived in the explosion, but his brother later admitted to helping plot the attack and was sentenced to 55 years in prison. He should be there for life, but whatever. On July 29th, 3 girls, like I said just earlier, 3 girls were unalived when a hooded 17-year-old burst into a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport, England, and began slashing attendees with a knife. 3 girls lost their lives because they love them some Taylor Swift, dancing and doing yoga moves and all that stuff. That's absolutely insane as well.
Tonight, we are learning more about the 3 girls killed during a stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance and yoga class in northern England. Police say the girls range in age from 6 to 9. The brutal attack happened on Monday. 5 other children.
Hold on. I'm sorry. That just kills me. 6 to 9. Babies.
Five other children and 2 adults were also hurt in the attack and are in critical condition. Police say they have arrested a 17-year-old suspect.
Now, like I said, crazy stuff. Like I'm trying to say, like, this is some bad, very, very bad stuff. Think about this for a second. All right. You're an artist. Taylor Swift, you're a superstar, right? You're making songs. You bring joy and thought, and maybe you express heartbreak. You connect with people, right, emotionally through your art, through your music, and all that. And people use that opportunity as a platform or as a ways to take lives. And that's just three kids. Nonetheless, that's think about the damage these two men could have done, these two monsters could have done to a sea of these 6 to 9 year olds that were going to go see Taylor Swift in Vienna for those 3 nights. Any given night that she was up there performing her songs that everyone loves and cherishes. Imagine that. And then it does make you wonder, why did this person run into this dance studio or in this space in which they all were coming together and enjoying her music and just being young and fun? And what would inspire this person to go run in and just start doing what he did, taking the lives of these 3 little babies? Who does that? Who does that? And why does that happen? Why is that happening? And then, of course, it makes you wonder, why is it happening with this concert or this weekend? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Why? Why were they thinking about doing some unthinkable things? Why was it Taylor Swift? And I mean, obviously, we already know because it's a large group of people. But think about it; these are all young girls, young kids, mostly, mainly young girls going and showing support and love. And yes, I know there's the varying degrees of ages, but mainly majority women stepping forward and seeing her perform. Yes, there's going to be men in there too, but for a fact her demographics mainly women. Let's keep it real. We live in a wild world, y'all. We live in a wild, wild world. I still don't understand why this would happen. And I still don't understand why there was an attack like that on those 3 girls. And many others were also injured as well. And you also got to remember, now those 3 families are burying their little girls right now. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Taylor Swift says she is completely in shock over what happened. She wrote on Instagram, "The horror of the attack in Southport is washing over her continuously." She says she's at a complete loss for how to ever convey her sympathies to these families.
I acknowledge.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody could react to something like that. Let's keep it real. But like I said, this is not the first person to lose their life during this tour. Okay. Some people have lost their life while in concert, and all that stuff. It's pretty insane, right? But nonetheless, these are 3 kids that were just enjoying their lives, having a good time, dancing, being young, right? And enjoying the music that they love. And this vicious attack happens. Then there's another attack that was planned that, of course, was stopped, foiled by law enforcement. Thank God for that, right? They got ahead of this one. But like I said, I'm still wondering, how did they miss TMC? How did they miss TMC? And from what I'm understanding, even FBI is looking at him and saying, well, he's just a ghost. The hell does that mean, man? He ain't no ghost. He there. He was there. Okay, he didn't just vaporize, and materialize out of thin air. He ain't no ghost. Okay, he ain't slime. All right. He ain't Slimer or whatever his name was in Ghostbusters. All right. He ain't no paranormal entity. He was a living, breathing human being. Ghost my ass. But moving on. Yeah, so the motivation behind this attack remains unknown, and false rumors surrounding it sparked riots across the country. Okay. This is, of course, back to hold on. Yeah. This is what's happening, and this is what's so wild. And that's something maybe I'll look into and talk about a little bit more, because I know in Great Britain, like, Great Britain is on fire right now. And I'm still trying to understand why that happened. Okay. Like, how is this happening? Why is everybody losing their doggone minds in Great Britain right now? Huge attacks are going on right now as we speak. Okay. It's crazy. Okay. Yes, Hawkeye. Let me see. Really just feel this is just to perpetuate xenophobia. And with all the race riots occurring in UK, this convenient timing. Yeah, I like I said, I don't know fully what's going on, right? With that in Great Britain, but I do know that there's a lot of chaos going on. They're even talking about that right now. The motivation behind this attack remains unknown, but false rumors surrounding it sparked riots across the country. Okay. Swift previously told Elle magazine that a terror attack at a concert was one of her biggest fears, which we already talked about. Okay. And again, like, of all places, of all things, why are they targeting Taylor Swift concerts? This is like I said, this is the reason why I'm saying Swifties beware. Swifties be careful. Be careful out here, because we don't know what's really going on. Okay. And she still has a lot of concerts out here. And I know some of you guys are watching from across the pond. Some of you guys are watching all over in other corners of the world, which I appreciate. Thank you. We international out here in this biz naive. But at the same time, though, we have to be careful. And you know for a fact that if she's doing some huge world tour, I wouldn't be surprised if she's going into your neck of the woods here very soon. So I say, please be careful. Okay. Please, 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 oh, please be careful. All right. But let's go on into this. Okay. So suspect picture holding two sharp objects, because I can't even say the names word. Okay. As chilling details of tragedy plot, I guess. I don't know. Horrific plot revealed. All right. Teen suspects arrested in plotting an ISIS-style attack at one of Taylor Swift's concerts this week had planned to drive a boom-boom-filled car into a crowd to unalive as many people as possible, and reportedly has been hired by the venue to work security. This dude had a job at the venue. So what's interesting is it was an opportunity for him, I'm sure, to do some recon work. Look around, check things out, see how he can get in, how he can get out. Having easy access to things, you know, the fob key with his ID on it. He just swipes it. He can go into any room he wants because he was working security. Think about that. There was a full-on plot, guys. Terrifying details of the foiled attack emerged after authorities revealed that two men, ages 19 and 17, had been taken into custody in Vienna on Wednesday, resulting in Swift's 3 sold-out shows in Vienna to be canceled. The two suspects, who investigators say have become radicalized online by ISIS, had allegedly wanted to carry out the attack outside of the stadium. So they didn't even want to go inside the stadium. They wanted to do as much damage outside the stadium, which is interesting. Taking the lives of fans with self-made boom booms and Wow, machetes. Holy cow. Security officials said. So they were going to plow through a crowd of people. Then they were going to jump out the rides, start going after them like they're in the middle of a scene from The Walking Dead, and then detonate the car. Wow. That's insane. Okay? Mothers, daughters, some fathers who are taking their kid to their first concert ever. Think about that too. And of course, fellas that are fans of Taylor Swift too. But I'm just saying, damn. They were really wanting to do some serious damage. The alleged ringleader, a 19-year-old Austrian, had chemical substances and technical devices stashed inside his home when it was raided by authorities. So we already know about that. Let's go on to this next piece. All right. Who plotted to do this, driving into the crowd, detonate with a vest, by the way. Neighbors say harmless boy next door completely changed his look after becoming radicalized. Isn't this the thing that we're used to hearing all the time? Aren't we used to hearing this BS all the time? He kept to himself. He was a nice, quiet boy. Always made me homemade peanut butter. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? He always asked if I needed my pavement shovel whenever it snowed. He was so kind. Kept to himself, though. Harmless boy next door. Didn't we hear that same thing on so many other cases? Come on, y'all. Let's see here. Oh, man. I'm freezing again, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I froze again. Dag nabbit. Hold on. But if you guys can hear me, okay? Apparently the 19-year-old fanatic, okay, has been identified as Baron A. Okay, he lived in a newly built end terrace house in Turnitz, okay, nearly 50 miles south of Vienna, where he spent his childhood. Come on. My computer just froze, guys. Come on. Okay, now it's back to normal. Sorry about that. Man, that's so annoying. Okay, I can't use that article because apparently that website freezes my my show. So here it is, guys. We're going to continue on. We got other clips and stuff to look at as well anyway. So let us rock and freaking roll. Fox News, here we go.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 10:15 on the East Coast, and it is 7:15 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here for the next hour or so to bring you all of your top stories and live events. We know that new details continue to emerge about a foiled terror plot in Austria that appeared to be targeting Taylor Swift concerts. Investigators today releasing a photo of one of the men detained in connection with all of this. I do want to bring in Greg Palcott with Fox News as he follows all the latest, joining us live with more details. Good morning, Greg. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Hey, Josh. Yeah, we first reported on the story, at least the bare bones of it, late yesterday afternoon. But overnight and into this morning, you're right. We've gotten new details, some pretty gory details. Taylor Swift's 3 concerts in Vienna this week were canceled after the Austrian government confirmed a planned attack at the concert venue. That was the organizer announcing that cancellation. We have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety, the organizer said in a post. Austria's Chancellor Karl Nehammer said a tragedy was prevented. Now, Austrian police detained 3 people, all in their teens, suspected of plotting attacks on the concerts. Police say at one of the teens' house, a 19-year-old seemed to be the ringleader of this. They found preparation for an attack, chemicals, other substances, explosives, detonators, knives, machete, ISIS terror material, and cash. At least one other was arrested in Vienna.
Yeah, I mean, this guy literally was coming together, putting as much as he can get together so that he can do some serious damage. This is scary because let's be real. I'm sorry for being that person to sprinkle a little bit, pepper a little bit of fear into your minds. But let me tell you something really quick. There's other people out here doing the exact same thing right now as we speak. So it's up to law enforcement, it's up to the powers that be, right? The people that are out here to protect us to get ahead of this, like this one, where they stop something like this from happening. That's what I'm hoping for, because it scares the bejesus out of me that there are people out here. It's a very sobering moment when you look back and you go, wow, there are people out here sitting in dark rooms plotting. In fact, there are people, young, impressionable minds, that feel alone, that feel like they're not being heard. They feel lesser than, that are getting conversations online from people like these guys here, feeling like they're not alone by these chat forums and whatnot, and getting slowly but surely radicalized by monstrous organizations. Think about that for a second. Right now, as we speak, there's a kid right now in their room, clickety-clack, getting finessed by some radicalized group right now. And even so, but even after that, there's somebody else even more advanced right now, plotting something right now, like this kid right here. The question is, how can they catch him? How can they get a hold of these bad guys before they go and do the bad? And I keep saying, how were they able to get how were they not able to detect TMC? Thomas Matthew Crooks. How were they not able to detect that kid well in advance? Think about that. I know it's disturbing, but it's true. It's true. While somebody is getting introduced, another person is well advanced and has already been finessed, has already been radicalized, and is hiding in plain sight right in front of all of us in any corner of the world right now, just sitting there plotting. It's crazy. Pierrette, I have no idea who's paying for all this. I have no idea. And I feel like once they were able to cut out that leg, that financial leg, then maybe none of this craziness would exist, right? Or less of this craziness would exist. How's that? Because people still want to do crazy things. People still want to radicalize. There are people that still feel like they're not getting enough, so on and so forth. They blame it all on one person, or they blame it on one country, or they blame it on one race, or they blame it on one religion. It is insane, right? It is absolutely insane. But this is the world that we actually live in. This is not just America. It's all around the world. And it'll be like, oh, consumerism and so on is capitalism, blah, blah, blah. It could be so many different things other than just the color of your skin or who you're voting for, right? It could just be because of the society in which you live in. Some people are out here just wanting to create anarchy, pure, unadulterated anarchy for the sake of anarchy. That's it. They want to destroy the powers that be. That's it. It's crazy, guys. Billboy Mom, thank you so much for being a member for the past 11 months. I appreciate it. RIP to those little babies. Absolutely. What an insane world we are living in. So very sad and scary. Love you, Pascal. Love you too. Thank you so much for being a member for the past 11 months. And please, guys, consider becoming a member by hitting that join button down below. Become a member. If you appreciate the way I talk about these cases, cover these stories and all that stuff, and if you appreciate the variety, please, check out that membership. And of course, do not forget to hit that like button down below. Okay, let's see where we're at here on this page. Okay, nice. Let's get it to 300 likes. Let's get it to 300 likes. I didn't expect that there was going to be so many people tuning in on this because, I know not everybody cares about this kind of stuff. But I did want to give you guys some updates and something different this morning before we dive into some other heavier conversations later on today. So please hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. And I have a poll that I'm going to be putting up for you guys in just a minute. It's very important, so I need your opinions. I may do it again when we have a much bigger turnout, but I want to see it experiment with you guys today on this show right here. But let's play the rest of this video. All right.
The Taylor Swift concerts were set for a stadium in Vienna from Thursday today through Saturday. Police had been expecting around 65,000 attendees at each show, as well as up to 15,000 milling around. Police say the suspect was planning to kill as many people as he could and then kill himself. Police were initially going to boost security until promoters just called the concerts off. Swift, 34, has not yet commented on the cancellations. Now, after Vienna, Swift is set to sing in London, where 6 concerts are scheduled starting on August 15th. Ironically, the UK is now a scene of unrest triggered by a knife stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance club for young girls. 3 were killed, 9 injured. Misinformation online fed that racial anger. So again, Taylor Swift, such a huge world icon, seems to be attracting all sorts of untoward folks in the wake of her massive tour, John.
Okay, so what's interesting is I want to play that last part because that kind of explains a little bit of what's going on across the pond, what's going on in Great Britain as we speak. I do have a poll, okay? I just put up a poll. I am working on something very, very new just to explain something to you guys really quick before I repeat this piece, because I want you guys to hear this piece one more time. There is something that I'm working on right now as we speak, because one thing, I still am planning on doing what I'm doing in the mornings, but I am shifting my evening shows into something different, and bringing a little bit more to the evening shows. I'm not starting it right now, but I am starting it fairly soon. But I wanted to hear your thoughts on it by this poll, covering many, many topics under one show. Now, here's the thing. I know I've had this question a million times before with you guys, and I know a lot of y'all have given me the stamp of approval, like, hell yeah, yeah, I would love that. Love to have more variety, so on and so forth, right? But it would be one show, you know what I mean? Covering many things, right? Covering many topics, everything from pop culture, political, and true crime. We're still going to keep with that true crime stuff, but it's all under one roof, all under one show. So wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Definitely go to the poll. Let me know what your thoughts are. It's something that I've had in my mind for years. And so I actually want to do it. I just haven't had the opportunity nor the resources to be able to do it until now. So I put it up there. Lately, things have been a little bit more variety with the topics that we've been covering. Not all of it has been so true crime heavy. And I like that. I like being able to talk to you guys about other things other than just a missing person case, which we still are going to be talking about those all day long. And that's still going to be a highlight in the show. But want to hear your thoughts. Put it in there. Let me know. Go on. Do your thing. Okay? Appreciate you. All right? But and I know I don't have thousands of people tuning in right now, but like I said, this is something that I'm looking into. This is something I'm looking into, okay? And venturing into hopefully in the very, very near future, just so you guys know. But let's get into this, okay? But I want you guys to hear that piece. It's like something sparked off the craziness that's going on across the pond, right?
He could, and then kill himself. Police were initially going to boost security until promoters just called the concerts off. Swift, 34, has not yet commented on the cancellations. Now, after Vienna, Swift is set to sing in London, where 6 concerts are scheduled starting on August 15th. Ironically, the UK is now a scene of unrest triggered by a knife stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance club for young girls. 3 were killed, 9 injured. Misinformation online fed that racial anger. So, again, Taylor Swift, such a huge world icon.
Okay, now we already heard this last part, but the one thing I'm curious about, and I know this is not on topic of what we're talking about right now with the attack, the planned, thwarted attack that was going to happen in Vienna, but I am quite curious about what was being said online. What was this misinformation that was spreading online that sparked the riots and the mayhem in Great Britain? That's the one thing I'm still trying to understand. Yes, 3 girls lost their lives, and that's terrible, right? And yes, I understand that would spark a lot of outrage from a lot of people, but I'm still wondering what caused the craziness. What is this misinformation? What is the stuff that's being said? I'm going to see what I can do and look into that, and maybe that'll be a pop-up video or something like that. Scott05 just said it's misinformation about the perpetrator. Maybe it is, right? Maybe it was a racial slur, something of that sort, something that was bad. Don't know. Personally, I don't know. All I know is that people have been talking about it, being like, yo, things are going crazy in London right now. Things are going crazy in Great Britain. Yet I don't know why on that part. I do know what happened here, and that there was a plot to do something very, very bad, and that has been thwarted. But the riots and the chaos is still happening in Great Britain right now as we speak. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we are going to be talking about that in just. I will look into it. It might be a short. It might be a pop-up video. I don't know yet, but I will let you guys know for sure. Let's go over to Chris Cuomo over on News Nation. Let's see what he got to say.
Let's bring in former CIA agent and former FBI special agent Tracy Walder. Last night we were talking, Tracy, thank you for being here, about Iran. But doesn't ISIS hate Iran? So what are the dots here to connect?
So I don't necessarily think that there are dots to connect between Iran and ISIS. Yes, they do hate each other, but the reality is might they come together for a common goal? This attack, in my opinion, has ISIS-K written all over it. It's a soft target and it's in Europe. So if we remember what happened in Russia just a few months ago, this is exactly something that ISIS-K would do.
Why is this happening?
I think, just what I talked about the other night is that this is just a matter of time. I think ISIS-K in particular is looking to make the most, if you will, bang for their buck. And I don't know that Taylor Swift herself was the target, but I think a stadium of 65,000 people was their target. And what's most disturbing to me is that there were chemicals. I worked chemicals and toxins at the CIA. Those can become aerosolized and do a lot more damage than what we can normally see.
Wow. Again, like I just said, right? I'm going to read what Roger just put up here. I will read that in a second, but just to the video itself. All right. Just talking about the video itself. She basically said exactly what I just said earlier. This is a prime target. Billions of people that come in, thousands, not billions, but thousands and thousands of people are flooding into that stadium to see one of their favorite artists. She is world renowned. We already know that. Okay. She's big. She's a huge name. She T-Swizzle, okay? So, of course, like I said, if this was a Drake concert, if this was any of these big, huge names that thousands of people would be pouring in, packing in like sardines into a gigantic arena or stadium to see their favorite artist perform, they are literally huge targets for any type of terror or mayhem, for sure. Now, Roger said disinformation on the net claims 17-year-old was an immigrant and Muslim. And so now we're having craziness in the streets between what? Muslims and other? Is that what's going on? Are Muslims attacking others in the streets of Great Britain? Someone explain that to me. Maybe Roger can explain it, okay? But that's interesting, though. Very, very interesting. Like I said, Taylor Swift ain't having a good month. How's that? She was 2 months, right? Really. She ain't having a good couple weeks. Let's keep it a buck. All right. This is tough. Maybe it's all, because she started dating that guy. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe it is because of Travis. I don't know. Maybe he's the albatross. I don't know, but it's just weird. Things have gone bad, right? But I digress. Let's continue, though.
Taylor Swift, though, you think that's a coincidence, or you think they're looking to attack icons of the left and the left any way they can? The West, rather.
I think it's more about icons, right? But I also think it's more about these large gatherings around these icons. A Taylor
Bingo.
Swift concert, I've been to one with my own daughter, that is sold out. And there are more people than we would see at a normal venue at them. And I think that's why they targeted this.
Absolutely. The whole place smelled like sweat and Doritos. Okay? Because that's how many people are in there. All right. You smell nothing but Dakar, Noir, and freaking and just feet. Okay. Body odor and feet. And just cheap perfume. Okay. Everybody and their mama in that mug. Just stacked in there like sardines. Just going, you know what I mean? Now we got bad blood. You know what I mean? Just saying. And I'll leave Travis out of it. I was just trying to make a joke. Okay? Just trying to make a joke.
So what matters that we're not doing or that we're not appreciating as a people?
I think part of the thing is, even when I went to the Taylor Swift concert here in Dallas, I was looking around, I was concerned about security. And I think it's important to always be vigilant. But I think it's really, really important to not be in a bubble, right? This is what the terrorists want. They want us to be scared. They want us to not enjoy these kinds of things in life. And so I think this is something that we really need to be vigilant about. But this was excellent intelligence gathering on the part of the Austrians.
What is the policy issue for the American government that is or is not being managed correctly in terms of the risk?
I think we actually are doing a good job. I think part of the thing that we are seeing is individuals getting into this country who are watch listed but are able to come in. So in my opinion, I think that is part of the problem. Individuals who are on known terrorist watch lists were able to get in. And that may have been the case here in Europe, but I'm not sure.
Well, how do they get in? I mean, we just miss them, or is there some loop, like a loop around?
I think one of the biggest weaknesses here in the United States in terms of thwarting terrorist attacks is communication. Full stop. And I think the right hand isn't talking to the left hand, and they don't know that this individual is on a watch list with another agency. And that then doesn't make its way to TSA or border control or wherever they enter through.
Interesting that we have an issue that she just said out loud, real talk, that there's an issue called communication between agencies. Didn't we hear about this before? I'll just throw out a little date. It's called July 13th. Just happened a little bit ago, not even a month ago. What happened there? Allegedly, there was lack of communication between agencies, right? Local, federal, and state agencies did not have any communication with each other. They just assumed everyone was doing their jobs, right? Isn't that an ongoing theme that we're hearing here? Over and over again? So shouldn't we nip this problem in the bud as soon as possible now, since we done made some serious mistakes already right now? I Chihuahua. Okay. That's interesting though. Communication. Okay. Communication. It's key. You know, it's key for love. It's key for happiness. It's key for balance in life, right? Why do I sound like Matthew McConaughey? It's very important. Communication is very important. I get older, they stay the same age. All right, all right. We got one more.
Well, we start this morning with some alarming new details about two alleged terrorists, one possibly connected to ISIS, targeting Taylor Swift's concerts in Europe. 3 sold-out shows in Vienna, Austria that would have attracted some 195,000 fans are now canceled following the arrest of 2 suspects. Authorities say the pair were plotting to hit the shows this weekend. And our Kelsey Kernstein leads us off this morning. Kelsey, the plan sounds sinister. What more can you tell us?
Hey there, Anna. Good morning. So what we are learning right now is that these suspects have reportedly had detailed plans to carry out terrorist attacks. Now, police are saying that these suspects pledged their allegiance to ISIS. And right now, authorities, they're investigating chemical substances that were found at one of their homes. At a press conference, Vienna State Police said that they arrested 2 men, including a 19-year-old Austrian citizen who was allegedly planning to carry out attacks at Swift's concerts and other events in town. They also arrested a 17-year-old Austrian. Now, police are saying that they had their eyes on these suspects for quite some time, and they do believe that these men, they became radicalized online. In fact, in July, the 19-year-old had pledged oath of allegiance to the Islamic State group. During the arrest, police said that they found chemicals and other substances that would be used to make a bomb, prompting them to evacuate several nearby homes. Now, police have not released the names of these suspects. Very little information has been shared about the second suspect, but we do know they both are in custody, Anna.
I have a huge problem with the fact that they have not given out a whole lot of information revolving around these 2 suspects. Now, they said that, in the other articles that we have read out loud as well, that there is a possibility that there are other suspects that they're looking into right now as we speak. I don't think that these 2 guys were operating alone. I just don't think that. I just don't. Let's be real here. They were corresponding with somebody. Somebody radicalized them to come up with the idea to attack anyone, right? I think that's important, right? There are, I'm sure, more than just these guys that are involved in this situation, right? Now, I just see Larimore just say there is 3 now. Interesting. I'm going to have to look that up if there is a new update in regards to that as well. But like I said, these guys did not operate alone. Thomas Crooks, I do still believe, did not operate alone. Was he up there pulling the trigger by himself? Absolutely. I don't think that there's 17 shooters and all that stuff. I don't think that at all. I really don't. Okay? I really, really don't. But him operating all of that and doing all of what he did, all that plotting, the recon work, finding out where to sit, where to aim, so on and so forth, he did not operate alone. He did not. And I don't think that these guys operated alone as well. They got radicalized for a reason, y'all. Let's not forget that. They got radicalized for a reason, y'all. Let me say that one more again because it feels so good all the way down to my plums. They were radicalized for a reason, y'all. So somebody, I'm sure, was barking orders to them. For sure. But let's continue.
All right, good to know. Kelsey, do we know anything more about what they were planning for these attacks, exactly what they thought was going to be playing out?
Yeah, so Anna, so according to these reports, we are learning that there were no official plots to injure Taylor Swift. These suspects, they were more focused on carrying out attacks on the events. More than 195,000 people were set to attend these concerts, with some even traveling thousands of miles. So the concert organizers, they took to Instagram on Wednesday evening. You can see here writing, with confirmation from government officials of the planned terrorist attack at Ernst Happel Stadium, we have no choice but to cancel the 3 scheduled shows for everyone's safety. Going on to say that all tickets will be automatically refunded within 10 business days. Now, Taylor Swift, she has yet to comment on her canceled shows, but she has said in the past, Anna, that one of her biggest fears is a terrorist attack at one of her concerts.
Yeah, we remember when that happened to Ariana Grande back in 2017.
Exactly.
Awful. All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. Thanks.
Now, if there was a third person, I don't see anything in here saying any updates like that. Just saying that out loud. But that is, if that is true, that's very interesting information, and I'm interested to see when. I'm interested to hear about that when it does come out for the public to know, okay? Because I don't see it anywhere. I was just looking it up just to make sure, okay? But one thing, Miss F, thank you so much. UK here, thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching all the way across the pond. I do appreciate that. Real talk. They want immigrants to leave UK, and there's anti-protesters. So yeah, it's pretty crazy out here or out there in those streets. Real talk. And of course, I feel like there's a more civil and more diplomatic way of getting things taken care of instead of everybody just attacking everybody. Okay. Instead of just mayhem for the sake of mayhem. I hate that. I hate that so much. Okay. I hate that so much. So I'm hoping that there's something that there's a resolution to this here in the very, very near future. But I know it's been chaotic in the streets of Great Britain. I'm praying for everybody out there. Okay. Real talk. Everyone needs to calm down, you know? But still, the 3 girls that lost their lives is absolutely terrifying, absolutely heartbreaking as well. And that's not how any of these girls, any of those victims should have left this planet, right? It's sad. It definitely is. So guys, I have that poll still up. I got like 10 more votes until it gets to 200. If you could just go over to the poll, get your butt to the poll and let me know what your thoughts are. Get it to past 200 votes. That would really mean the world to me. Because like I said, I'm trying to bring a little bit more variety to the show because it's something I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. And I just want to hear your opinions on it. You know what I mean? Just to hear your thoughts on that. I know, but let me just say this too. I still am going to be doing my morning type of shows whenever there's something breaking as well. If there's some huge breaking news, so on and so forth, I'm still going to be doing this just like this. Right. And let's not forget, my plan is that show that I'm talking about, this new kind of variety of content type of show. Well, and Hoblon, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. But I'm talking about a variety show, one show in one succession, multiple topics in one show. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I do have a lot of variety on my show, but meaning one show talking about everything from like Nelly getting arrested to a girl going viral for getting a Trump tattoo on her forehead. Yes, that is true. And I actually just put that out on TikTok. So go check it out. I just put that out on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. Please go check it out when you get a second, okay? But that's something that I am wanting to incorporate under one roof, right? Something from political to pop culture to true crime, all of it under one roof. Because some topics don't need to be a hour-long show, right? So being able to put everything under one roof, talk about many topics, telling it the way I tell it, you know what I mean? And bringing other things to it as well. Interviews, so on and so forth. It's not just going to be me talking about just topics and headlines for the day. I will be bringing in interviews. I'll be bringing in people, so on and so forth, commentary, a show for you guys, an actual show. And the other thing too is it's going to be live. Yeah, it's going to be live. So that's what I mean by I want to hear your thoughts on this because, like I said, of course we want to talk about the missing and talk about the things that are happening to the people who haven't gotten justice and all that, and they will be brought up. I'm still going to be doing shows in the morning just like this, but then a more concise, more formal, a little bit more formal type of show. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Nothing changing, really. It'll still be live. It'll still be me, right? But I'll be bringing in other people. I'm still going to be reading you guys' comments. Like I said, it's going to be a much more interactive and more three-dimensional show. That's at least what I'm planning on doing. And then we'll see how it morphs, right? And see how it changes and grows on its own. And then some shows will be a standalone. We'll talk about that one main topic because it's a big topic, understandably, but not every show is going to be like that, right? So, yeah, Roger, I'm going to do a test run, give it a shot and see how it looks and see how it do, and go from there. Okay. It'd be like reading the daily newspaper with diff stuff. Yeah, with different stuff. In a way, yeah. I don't know if Philip DeFranco, for example, like the Philip DeFranco show. Kind of like that, but not like I've drank 5 Red Bulls in one sitting. Okay? If that makes any sense. A lot more commentary. A lot of facts, but a lot more commentary. Like I said, the show will still be about an hour and a half long. But there'll be a lot of content and a lot of coverage on a lot of things that are going on. So if it's like riots in the streets of Great Britain, we'll be talking about that. Then if it's a missing person in, I don't know, Timbuktu, we're talking about that as well. It's Nelly getting arrested. It's Trump getting a new hairdo. Whatever it may be, it's all under one show. That's all. So you'll see. Okay? Yeah, I don't need any Red Bulls. I'm good. I don't need any Red Bulls, y'all. I really don't. Okay? But that's something that I'm, working towards, that I'm planning on doing here in the very, very near future, because I want to be able to bring more stuff. I also am planning on a Christmas special like I did last year. I am thinking of doing the GoFundMe again, and getting that up and going. But yeah, like I said, it's, and it's not like, Jaxie just said, I don't watch the news, but I'd tune into Pascal. I appreciate that. But it's not like I'm sitting here going, Walter Cronkite. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here saying, this is world news. No. It's still going to be me, right? It's just going to be more topics under one show. That's all. More topics under one show. That's it. That's it, really. Okay. And like I said, still doing the true crime, still having those pieces in there, but just finding that balance. Because like I said, don't get me wrong, we're still going to talk about those things, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of variety and different things to talk about other than just, where is such and such. We're still going to do those, but just bring in a little bit more because there's a lot that's going on in the world. And right now, with the elections coming up and all that, there is so much chaos, so much craziness that is going on in the world right now. I want to be able to cover those things, as best as I can. And it's a place that we can all come together and talk about those things, right? So, like I said, I'll be able to squeeze in a little bit more stories and more cases into one show, other than just one big show for 2 hours talking about that one thing, which I'm still going to be doing on this platform still. So just saying that out loud. Okay. But let me end this poll. Okay. That's what's up. 92% of y'all. Hold on. Come on. 92%. Really, it's 93. 93% of y'all said, hell yeah. Said, I'm thinking of doing a variety show that covers many topics in one show. What do y'all think? Hell yeah. Would love that. 93% of y'all say, hell yeah. So, you know what? Thank you. That's great. We'll try it. And if it sucks, we don't do it anymore. We'll try it. And if it's not, if it doesn't flow well, then we just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just, like I said, want to bring more. Okay. Brenda, thank you so much for hopping over to the YouTube channel and hitting the getting your ass to the poll too. Okay. But back into the conversation here. Okay. Nonetheless, it is absolutely terrifying to think that there were people actually plotting to do absolute terror at one of these Taylor Swift concerts. Now, I'm hoping that this doesn't not only inspire her team and her security and all security on all venues that are doing her concerts. I'm hoping that this wakes them up, right? I hope it not only does that for them, but also for every other artist that's out here that is about to do a show, about to do a big tour. Like, I'm really, really hoping. All right. I'm really, really hoping that not only Taylor Swift concerts really beef up their security, but every other venue does that as well. In fact, I'm even talking about sporting events. I'm talking about everything. Everything. So it's beyond just Swifties beware. It's beyond that. We have to be more vigilant out here. And we need to start planning more ahead. And that's what I mean by, like, if you're going to your favorite football team's game, we need to be careful because somebody's out here thinking some terrible things. Again, I'm hoping this is a huge wake-up call to all venues, to all security in all venues. They need to bulk it up. It's crazy and surprising how much people are able to get away with sneaking things into venues. Real talk. So I'm hoping that things start to change because it's not only just T-Swizzle. It's not just Swiftie fans, okay? It's everywhere else as well. They're not just planning and plotting on her concerts. They're thinking about a baseball game. They're thinking about a football game. They're thinking about that political event. They're thinking about anything they can get their hands on to create havoc and anarchy. And we have to make sure we have everything in line to stop those evildoers from ever being able to get anywhere near our loved ones and all of these innocent lives. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Like I said, thank you so much for doing the poll. Again, thank you. Like I said, that's something that's going to be happening in the near future. Not right now, but in the near future. You'll know when it goes down. Trust and believe. But again, I appreciate you guys being here. and having the conversation with me. It really does mean a lot. Do me a favor before you head out. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Don't forget to hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms like Facebook. All right? And of course, if you are watching on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. By the way, I got a new TikTok and Instagram video that I just posted. And it's the same video. They're on different platforms, on Instagram and on TikTok. Please go check it out, okay? Take some time, take a look at it, consume it with your eyeballs. It's wild. It's wild. But go check it out, all right? And make sure you hit that follow button on my IG and my TikTok, okay? Of course, crush that subscribe button here. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please become a subscriber over there. Hit that join button down below here on my main channel. Become a member, support if you can. Check out my Patreon, okay? Check out my Patreon. Show some love over there, all right? Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. And of course, if you want to support any further and you want to check out, some swag, some threads, go check out pascalmerch.com, okay? The store doors are officially back open again because school is about to be back in session, and I'm sure some of y'all want to look good for this fall or for the winter, whenever you go out there and check out the store. Okay, guys? Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back on in a couple hours. We got some things to talk about. We got another case to talk about, and this one's not great either. So I will be back on live in just a few minutes, or not in just a few minutes, in just a few hours, okay? So I will be talking to you guys very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk to you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.